Okay, so here we are. Here's an update on the tanks and the fish. Good news and bad news. We found a guy that what he works in is a state type of hatchery. It's like a hatchery type of thing, and that's what he does all day. So this is what he told us. For one thing is we have too many fish in here, which I already knew, but I was trying to get these filters to do that. But here is where the thing that I was doing wrong comes in. If you empty these filters every day, every other day, every 2-3 days, whatever, you're throwing away all the good bacteria, and that is not good for your fish. So, as you already know, we decided to put a pond out there, which I will show you in a minute. Now, our plan was and is to put the small fish here, and if you look very carefully, you can see a whole bunch of little black specks, and those are the fish that we just bought the other day, and they're growing very fast. So our plan is we put them here and start growing them, and then we put some little ones here and start growing them, and we put some here and start growing them, and we put some here and start growing them. And then what we will do is transfer them out there and grow them out to about 500 grams. Now, we have to find the perfect cycle as to how much time in between putting some fish on tank 1 to tank 2, 3, and 4, and so on and so forth, because they grow pretty fast, and according to what we were told, we could put 1,000 fish out there and grow them out. So that's the good news, is that we can put 1,000 fish out there. The bad news is, if we want to grow fish here, all we can put is about 250, and that's it. And we have 1,000 in each one of them, so it's way too much. So we're going to have to figure out a cycle and put them out there. However, it'll be a while before we get that thing going. So in the meantime, they're just going to have to be here. Now, something that he said, which I am going to go over to his house, well, today, tomorrow, or the next day, I don't know, whenever he has time, to look at his pond. He's got a pond. And what he told me, what he told us, was that we can take one of these tanks here and put some shelves in here. Now exactly I couldn't explain to you because I haven't seen them, but you put all your filter material in here, and this tank becomes the filter for all of this, which Woon and I never thought about. That's why we built these filters to do that. Now, he was also telling us that we have absolutely too much air in here. He said that with one of these pumps, we could easily run 2 tanks, and depending on how well the fish do, we might even do 4 tanks with 1 pump. But since we have 4, we could do 2 tanks per pump, and then we'll have pumps for all 8 tanks, which is a good thing because they're about $100 and some each. So that would save us, you know, $500 and some, which is a very good thing. So we're gonna have to look at what he has and you know, go from there. But let me show you out here. Now, a little while ago we got some dirt, and we put it here, and what I'm gonna have to do is here I am going to have to cut these pipes and raise this pump and fill this thing in with dirt. But what I want to do here is I want to put some concrete here and build a little shed, and we could keep the feed in here and protect the pump, and I don't know, whatever. Now, what he told us here is that as it sits, we would take a long time to make this thing stop leaking. So what he suggested is we don't try to fill it in too much of a hurry and let the weeds come in. Let it take over just everything. This little dirt that's piled up here on the sides, inside, all over the place. Throw some seed in there, whatever, but get it to just get densely packed with rooted type things, and it would hold the ground, and it'd be a lot easier to get it to not leak. So that's what we're going to do. This is October. Maybe the end of the year, January 1st, somewhere in there, we'll try to fill this thing. Now, the other thing I need to do is I actually need to take a measurement here, because if you look at this end here, they were a little short of dirt, and it just seems a little low. However, this area here had been filled, and this area here was down about ½ a meter. So that's probably a good reason why it looks so high on this side and not on this side. But we're gonna have to take a water level and check it out and go from there. So now I've got a lot of time, but I need to run some PVC pipes in here so I can actually set up some pumps that will take the water from the bottom of the pond, throw it up in there in the air like a fountain and circulate and aerate this water so it doesn't become stagnant down at the bottom. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're headed in the right direction, and we go from there. Now, the other thing that he was talking about, because we asked him, is shrimp. And he said his suggestion would be that we take this fish house, and yes, we can take the fish and grow them out and what have you, but put some shrimp in there. Those tanks are good for shrimp, and some exotic fish like some koi fish or something. But I don't know about the koi fish, but I definitely wanted the shrimp. So he has a friend that that's what he does, the shrimp. So he's gonna make the introduction and see what we need to do to put some shrimp in here and go from there. But I think that it's a good thing. So, like I said before, if you find the person that knows how to do it, if you find the right resources, it's very easy. But if you're playing it blind like we were, because neither one of us had ever done fish, and we were just blind leading the blind. So we were doing the best we could, and I think we have it figured out. So now it's just a matter of doing it and see how it turns out. Oh, what do you got there?
Mexican soup.
Ooh. Wow.
This is make 81 for today.
81 for today. Yeah, so the numbers are looking better. So now we're in the high 80s. It's 81, but we only have 96 chickens. So the percentage is in the...
Almost 90%.
Yeah, it's in the high 80s. So that's good. Yeah. Oh, and then today, the other thing I did is this used to be over there by that shovel. I dug down in there and made the turn and put it here on the edge of this berm. So now this becomes the driveway coming around this way all the way to here, and they would have to back in, but that's okay. It works out pretty good. All right, so I'll let you know as we do it and what we do and how it turned out, and yeah, we'll go from there. But right now things are looking up because we finally found somebody that can help us, that's very knowledgeable in doing this. Oh, and by the way, this filter that I was talking about on shelves and what have you, he has one set up in his house, and he says that it works very, very nicely. So I'm gonna go see it, or Woon and I are gonna go see it, and we will try to set it up here. And then what we'll do is we will have to run one pump to return the water to the tanks, and a pipe to bring it into the filter. So that's a different story on its own, and we'll see. However, if all we're gonna do is do the shrimp and you know, maybe a couple of tanks for growing the the fish before they come in the pond, then maybe we don't need that filter. We'll just use the ones that we have built so far. Those filters would work really nicely if we did not have so many fish in there. But my thing is if you're going to the effort and you're going through the expense, push it to the max. You know, yes, it's a big headache, but once you figure it out and once you set it up, it's a piece of cake. And believe me, running 1,000 in each tank versus 200, 250, big difference at the other end. So if we can do 1,000 small fish in each one and get them into a rotation, and of course as we do it we'll find out if we only need 1 tank or 2 tanks, you know, depending on once you put them in here, how long does it take to become 500 grams fully grown. And if it takes, let's say, 1 month or 3 months or whatever, then we would have plenty of time to put the fish in here, you know, grow him to whatever size in a month, 2, 3 months, whatever, and then bring them out here after this is empty. So all we would need is 1 tank. But if we need 2 tanks, then that's what we'll use, or 3 or whatever. But now that we have this information, now it's just a matter of, you know, figuring out what kind of rotation time we need and then go from there. Now eventually what I would like to do is learn how to breed our own fish, and this way when you're ready, you pop out a few thousand and do what you need to do, and voila. All right, I'll let you know as we do it. DOJ, you, what's going on with you? Today, DOJ had a very good time. The trucks came and dropped off all this dirt. We also put three loads of dirt over there. Also, we need some dirt for the front flower boxes. But today he spent all day chasing those trucks. You,
This is how we clean his eye.
yeah, he carries around a handkerchief.
He have his own.
Yeah. All right, guys, so there it is, and hopefully by the end of the year we'll have this figured out, and things will be well on their way and becoming easier and easier. Oh, one more thing. On that filter that I was saying that this guy was telling us about, you clean it once a year. Once a year.
How is possible?
You know, I'm cleaning them every day, which of course was wrong, but he cleans them once a year. I gotta go see this thing, because that sounds like the miracle filter. So yeah, you, bye.
Aircon!
Yeah,
Aircon!
he spent most of the day outside, and he is struggling because he wanted air conditioning. He, between the hours of 12 and 3, he likes to nap, and today he was out here chasing trucks and stepping on his tongue. Yeah, I'm talking about you. All right, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วปะกันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.